disturbs my den. I can smell you, fleshling. You are no animal native to the forest above. You are a human, yet you stumbled into my nest. How does a fleshling find its way to such a hidden place? Oh, such fear, such desperation. But you're far from where you belong, little fleshling. It's vexing to imagine how you managed to come here. Were you exploring the forests above out of curiosity, or was your presence in the woods less than consensual? You reek of earth, water, and blood. Yes, you must have been hunted. The stench of panic and pain surrounds you. There's no doubt about that. And now you've fallen into my nest, a terrible fate for one attempting to escape a chase. No, don't hurt you. You've given me no reason to cause you harm beyond falling into my home, wreathed in the scent of blood. Tell me, is it yours? It is. Oh, I see. They must have hurt you deeply for the amount of blood I smell on you. I don't believe you have the strength to run anywhere anymore. Not after falling so far from the surface. I won't lie, that does not bode well for you, fleshling. You do not make it easy to determine what to do with you after you invaded my home. No, I know you did not mean to, but you are here nonetheless. I have kept myself beneath the earth for many, many years, and have done so for good reason. For my peace to be disturbed, punishment must be dealt in one way or another. And I have no desire to go to the surface to make your hunters pay in your stead. What am I? I forgot how humans cannot see within the dark. Forgive me. I do not mean to hide in the shadow purposefully. Allow me to show you the master of this den. Do you approve of what you see before you? Oh, you're frozen like a deer surrounded by wolves, yet it's only you and I here. Are you truly that afraid of me? You struggle to even speak. Your wounds must truly be taking their toll on you, or your mind cannot comprehend what I am. It is fair, fleshling, to not understand what you are seeing. I've made no effort to make myself known to the world above, yet here I am. And I will cast judgment on whatever poor animal falls into my den all the same. Tell me, what plea do you make to sway me against killing you? Sorry. Fleshling, your apologies are weightless here. You did not ask to be chased, I'm sure. You did not ask to be injured, I'm very sure. Thus, you did not ask to fall through my traps and land in my nest like other creatures have before you. There's no need to apologize for something you did not intend to do. Yet here you are nonetheless, like many of my meals before you. Yes, my meals. Do not mistake me for some immortal being. While I may live much longer than most beings in this world, hunger is a constant need amongst all with a soul. I am no exception to this rule, though my hunger is different than yours, fleshling. What do I mean? You and your kind require sustenance daily, from what I hear. Water and food are what determines who lives or dies amongst you. Starving for too long would send you to an early grave. That is not the case for me. My hunger is different. I'm not bound to a constant cycle of demand. I can take my time in savoring what my body desires. My body can survive for long periods of time, giving me the freedom to choose what I indulge in and how. I am quite patient for satisfaction, and can live long enough to always be fulfilled in one way or another. You, fleshling. Humans have always been interesting to me. So many ways to taste them. Is that what you want me to do? Taste you? Oh, that expression. Are you surprised that I've sampled your kind before? You're not the only unfortunate soul who found themselves here. There were plenty before you, and each paid the price for coming here. Your fear means very little here, fleshling. You may not wish to be here, but you are here now regardless. Are you not aware of how nature works? Prey and predator are always circling one another, no matter what put them in those positions in the first place. The bird plucks the worm from the ground when it peeks out and devours it. It will then be leapt upon by a fox when it's not safe in the air for sport and practice. That very same fox will be chased down and shot by people like you, eager for its fur and bones. The rest would be buried for the insects and worms to consume, letting them live long enough to be dug up by a larger predator for their own desires, whether it be food, skin, or carcass for a mantle. This natural cycle has never been stopped nor halted due to fear. Your kind have tried to master it with your farms and territories, but give nature its due, and you will find yourselves much further down the food chain. After all, you can only stave off the wolves, lions, and bears for so long. You even hunt amongst yourselves for fortune, fame, or revenge. Simple, mindless desires. Where am I on the chain? Currently, I'm your only predator, and that is all you need to worry about. The better question is, do I consume you now or wait until your wounds heal? What do I mean by that? Well, the question is a fairly simple one to understand. You're in pain from the wounds your hunters inflicted on you. As such, your body is trying to naturally heal itself. I doubt you would understand the true complexity of power, but there's a major difference between overpowering a weakened creature and dominating one, worthy of a challenge. Tell me, little fleshling, do you wish for your suffering to end now, or will you find peace being devoured when your wounds close? Your struggle is pointless. I could easily break your body with a squeeze of my tail. You're powerless to fight me with how injured you already are. Let you go? Why would I do that? You mistake me for a being capable of being beneath you. Make no mistake, I hold your life in my coil. You have no weapons to fight back against me, or you would have used it already. You're already injured, so your strength is a mere fraction of what it could be. At any moment, I may take your final breath and crush it from your lungs with a mere squeeze. I'm not a torturer by any means, but I find benefit in at least letting you live a while longer. Why? Because your situation vexes me. It is a minor vexation, but one I cannot help but linger in my mind as I look at you. If you can satiate my curiosity, perhaps there's room for negotiation regarding your life. You seem surprised. A price must be paid for intruding in my home, yes. But I only said I would not take it from your hunters. I will have penance from you, and I can choose what I take from you. But that does not mean you have to die, no. You can surrender your body, or your knowledge of the world above. No, I mean that. Do not make empty promises, fleshling. It has been long since I saw the surface that I doubt I would recognize it. The creatures that fall into my den have changed slowly over time, fatter or meeker, depending on the chaos of nature's aging. There are seasons where I am plump with meat and flesh, followed by months of scarce food, leaving me to rely on luck to make do. Yes, that is what I will offer. In exchange for your life, you will answer my questions to my satisfaction. Fail to do so, and I will indulge in your flesh until I am satisfied. How many? Well, I do have many questions. Do you intend to try and leave me unsatisfied? Then you must wish for me to consume you. It's not like that. Then why ask about my curiosity? I'm giving you your life, the chance to live to see another sunrise. What does it matter how many questions I have? If you answer them all, you may keep your heartbeat and breath. I'll even lead you out of my tunnels personally to ensure you see the surface once again. If you cannot answer my question, well then I'll demand a reason why I cannot be satisfied, or your life will be forfeit. Oh, you're shivering. Do you fear death? Or are you simply too exhausted to be afraid anymore? Oh, so there's still some fight left in you. That's good. Fear can keep you alive. It gives you the strength to survive, or at least to try. My first curiosity, however, does question that desire. Tell me, if you're being hunted down, what waits for you after I am satisfied? Is there a place you can run back to after being chased down so far? Home? What is home to you, fleshling? Is it a place of safety, warmth, or love? Or is it simply the absence of fear? What is the value of a home when you've already come so close to losing your life? What stops the ones who hunt you from making you run again from it? That perhaps someone, something, is still waiting to claim you as their prize, just as I now claim you. Of course you didn't think about that, oh. It's a thought most creatures never entertain until it's too late. But here you are, at the mercy of a predator far older, far more patient than any of the ones who've chased you. Oh, a curious thought. If they came down here, they'd be subject to my judgment as you are now. However, knowing what they have done, I hold no reason to offer them their lives for knowledge. They would no doubt be my next challenge. Curious about why, are you? No, it's simple. You're interesting. They're not. You aren't a threat to me, but whatever injured you may be, I am not required to hold mercy for any creature, but I can choose to, for whatever reason I see fit. I'm not bound by any rule other than my own. Lonely? I may not have companionship, but I've lived long enough to handle the isolation. Tell me, fleshling, do you know what it's like to be alone? Truly alone. I've spent centuries beneath the earth, hidden from your world without a single soul to truly speak to. What would you do if you were as I am? Would you be driven mad? Would you find peace in the silence like I have? When you're alone, you bind yourself to your own rules. You eat as you see fit, sleep when your body commands it, and you are the master of your own fate. Could you handle isolation, knowing that your freedom comes with darkness? You do not believe you could stand it. Fascinating. The need for companionship runs deep in your kind, does it not? Even when you face certain death, you cling to the hope of returning to those who make you feel human. And yet, I've lived for centuries without such things, and I am no less alive for it. You wish to live, not just be alive. Your words are wise, but your voice has such uncertainty. I expected more from you. Yet it only makes me more intrigued. You say you want to live, but do you truly understand what that means? Survival is more than simply breathing, fleshling. It's about understanding your place in the world, about knowing your worth to those around you, and to creatures like me. You fight, run, and plead when reality dictates that you are weak, vulnerable, and breakable. Yet you have the competence to at least accept mercy when it's given. Many would struggle further in my coil until I snuffed out their life. Still, you have many troubles ahead of you after I release you. Even if I were to keep you here until you healed your wounds, the world above may not change much. You may wind up running again from the same hunters that drove you down here. Could you survive a second attack from them? Would it not be better to simply surrender yourself to me? Satisfy my hunger. If you cannot guarantee life beyond my den, why not simply give it to the stronger predator? No, it isn't what we agreed to. It's merely a suggested offer. Humans truly have become very strong-willed. Perhaps that characteristic came from years of your kind attempting to bend nature to their whims. It's almost admirable, if it weren't such a foolish trait to have. Can you even return to the place you call home? Will the world above let you? It's where you belong. Ah, yes. Belonging. How quaint. I wonder, though, if you understand the true meaning of belonging. Is it simply where you feel comfortable? Or is it where you can survive, where you're meant to be? Does your home truly belong to you, or have you only been living in it because you were lucky enough to find it? Remember, you were chased from it. What happens once can happen again, unless you become the predator to what chased you first. Can you become that predator? Are you willing to fight to go back to where you claim to belong? I freely let you speak, but your hunters have shown their hand. Will you keep running, or will you fight them? You will fight. I see now. I see. You've given me enough to slake my curiosity, but do not mistake this for mercy. You've earned your life, but only just. Your answers have not been satisfactory to what I want, but they have been revealing, at the very least, so I will accept them in exchange for your life. What do I mean? That's for me to understand and you to accept. You may stay and rest until your wounds close. I have no healing salve for you to use, so only rest in your own body's ability to heal can comfort you now. Afterwards, you will leave this place, fleshling. If you ever cross into my domain again, I will not show you such leniency. When you leave, however, remember, there's no such thing as true safety. You, like all creatures, are prey. And one day, you may find yourself in my coils once more. Now, I must find something to satisfy my hunger. If you'll excuse me. Huh? Yes, you may stay temporarily. I warn you, this is not your home, nor will it ever be your home. But if you are true to your word that you would fight for your life, then your wounds will only hold you back. When you're ready to leave, I'll escort you to a place that will return you to the surface. Take this mercy and prove to me the resilience of humanity. Or die when you face your hunters once more.